What a great crowd. Thank you for being here. This is the 101st anniversary of the STMs. And for the person who got that Edmund Scientific, that is a collector's item. There are people here who would kill and buy it off you, seriously. Take good care of it and use it well. So this is the 101st anniversary. Last year was our 100th for many of you people who were here. But the 88th meeting, because we missed some World War II years, and we missed COVID years, and we missed a few years in the early 50s when things were a little bit tenuous, but we've been going strong ever since. We have a fantastic evening program lined up for you tonight. I'm Mario Martin. I'll be your MC for the evening. I hope you all had a great few days, enjoying the camping and the talks. Maybe not the rain so much, but it's too bad about the observing. Thursday night was actually pretty good for those who were here. How many out there are first-time Stellafane visitors? That's a good crowd. Great. We are pleased to have you here. For you in particular, let me say the following. Stellafane is a special place. Talk to anyone, many of the people here who come back year after year. I personally have been coming here since I was 18 years old and permanently after college and medical school. The STMs were founded in 1920 by the legendary Russell Porter, who not only founded the STMs in 1920, but also started Stellafane 101 years ago in 1923. Later, he was recruited by Caltech to help design and build the famous 200-inch Hale telescope. That's the classic large dome in California. I'm sure many of you have seen pictures of that. But even when he was there, he came back every year to Stellafane until he died in the late 40s. Here in Breezy Hill, we are very proud that amateur telescope making began right here so long ago and inspired the creation of similar clubs around the country and around the world. The heart of Stellafane is the proud tradition of inviting home-built telescopes to be brought here every year to be judged in both optical quality and mechanical stability. Many far-reaching innovations were introduced right here at this convention through the years, leading to the founding of some companies that serve the amateur community. A lot of innovations that you see in the commercial market were first presented here as an amateur project. This year's theme is amateur outreach. And to that end, we will present a newly created award this year, the Raymond Fairbanks Outreach Award. We'll talk more about that in a little while. To this day, the optical and mechanical prizes are the heart and soul of this meeting. Unfortunately, there's no optical judging this year for obvious reasons for those who were here last night. Please bring it back next year for an optical entry. But to take home a prize is a badge of honor for the awardee. Even if you're not a winner, you should leave holding your head held high in the knowledge that you entered your telescope at Stellafane. We thank you for entering your creation and continuing this fine tradition of keeping Russell Porter's vision of amateur astronomy alive. Now, let me introduce, one thing first. There's no special raffle. If you have a red ticket that you bought for the special raffle, contact the treasurer at stellafane.org and we'll give you a refund. And we apologize for that. So now, let me introduce to you our fabulous president, Cecilia Dietrich, and let's warmly welcome her. She has some words to say.
Welcome. Wow. Good evening and welcome again to the 88th Stellafane Convention. I wish we could have made the weather a little bit better for everyone, but thanks for persevering and celebrating with us. Whether you are a longtime friend or a new attendee, a seasoned astronomer, or a young novice new to observing, you are special to the Springfield telescope makers and you're all warmly welcomed. I hope you've been able to get up to our historic telescope, our historic pink Stellafane clubhouse this weekend. We're really thrilled to be celebrating its centennial this year. We're also pleased to welcome our keynote speaker, Tony Hull. Thank you, Tony, for sharing the story of your journey from Stellafane to the Webb Telescope with us this weekend. I also want to thank all of the speakers who shared their time and knowledge with us this weekend. We are very grateful to all of you. You helped make this weekend even more special. The Observing Olympics has also become another wonderful institution to our Stellafane convention. I know we didn't have great observing nights, but could I have a show of hands as to how many people earned their Observing Olympics pin? Ooh, okay, all right. Yeah, congratulations. That's great to see so many people earn that despite the weather. Let's all thank Larry Mitchell, Phil Harrington, and Eileen Myers for this annual Observing Challenge. Thank you so much. And we look forward to next year's challenge as well. You likely all know by now that you can identify the members by this distinctive blue t-shirt with our Little Man logo. Last year we were treated to Jim Beatty's impersonation of the Little Man. He brought him to life last year. Thank you, Jim. You remember that? That was a thrill. These are the folks, the Stellafane members, who not only host you here, but who labor for months before this weekend, readying the site and planning the convention. And I want to thank you members, all of you, and there's some over here too. I want to thank you all for your passion, your time, your talents, and for your sense of humor. We've needed it sometimes. I also want to take this opportunity to thank a couple of members who have been working exceptionally tirelessly to prepare for this convention. And just a warning, I'm going to make you stand up, please, okay? Is John Martin, our site manager, here? John, where are you? Where'd he go? I don't see him. He's cutting grass right now? Okay, he's got the chainsaw going? Okay, all right. John Martin is our site manager, and he's a past president as well. And he has a full-time job, and yet he's been on site for almost every day for weeks, getting our roads in shape and the camping fields ready for all our campsites. So just thank you, John. We couldn't have this convention without you. And I want to also thank you, John, for your inspiring cheerfulness. That's helped me a lot lately. Okay, well, John wasn't here to stand up, but where is Tom Spirach? Ooh, he's hiding. All right, hi, Tom. So Tom also has a full-time job. And he does so many things around here that I can't even begin to list them. I'm sure I don't even know what they all are. Tom lives in New Jersey, and I have to say, many of us think that he has a secret transporter somewhere so he can travel instantaneously, right? From New Jersey to here. Tom, I want to thank you for your endless energy and your wonderful ideas and your support. Thank you. Another important part of our Stellafane gatherings is sharing a delicious meal. And we're all so grateful to our members Sherry and Ray Wilder and their family. Yeah, please, thank you. And Cheryl, is Cheryl hiding there? Okay. They feed us so well during our pre-con as we're getting everything ready here for all of you. They keep our energy up. And they also feed us at our monthly meetings, and we're very grateful. So thank you so much for all you do and your love of Stellafane is really evident in everything that you do for us. Thank you. Okay. They're special people. Okay. And then I do have one more small group of people that I want to thank. Stellafane past presidents. Would you please stand up? There's a few of you here. I've leaned on all of you this past year, and I want to thank you so much for your guidance and your friendship. And I want you to know, your leadership is what has brought us here confidently to the beginning of the 2nd century. So that's awesome. Think about what Russell Porter would be thinking if he could see us all here today, all the members. Just gives me chills. But I want to thank you all for all that you've done and continue to do on behalf of our beloved Stellafane. So thank you. Okay. It is through the eyes of each of our members that we see the club and Stellafane. And our reasons for being here, and I'm including all of you guests as well, are as diverse as each handcrafted telescope. Some of the members will tell you that they were drawn here for the observing. Others came for the engineering and mechanics, and others for the rich history, and some for the educational impact and even the art. And then we were all really surprised to find, like all of you, that we found dear friends as well. And we consider many of you to be our dear friends. I don't know all of you, but I hope to get to know more of you as time goes by. So thanks to everyone for the camaraderie and the friendship and sense of belonging that we all feel, hopefully all feel when we're here. That's really important. Last year, we were joined by filmmaker Tara Zabriskie so she could show her award-winning film, Defending the Dark. And is she here tonight? She's probably busy. Way back there. Okay. And then I bet Taylor's around here too. Also, with her? Okay, super, great, thank you. They're filming even now. So that was last year when she's interviewed our members and guests last year as we celebrated the 100th anniversary of the founding of our club. And as you see, Tara has returned this year to continue filming, and I'm so pleased that she was joined by filmmaker Taylor Castillo as well. She's the niece of one of our members, Doug Arian. So thanks for making this happen, Doug. As a new guest and filmmaker, Tara saw Stellafane as a place of innovation, inventions, and influence. And she came to understand Breezy Hill as a place where scientific impact in astronomy and related fields originates. You can see a trailer for this documentary that she's working on still on our website. I hope you go click on it. It's really exciting. We are eagerly anticipating watching the finished documentary when it's completed in 2025. Did I get that right? Okay, great. 2025. Excellent. Can't wait. So what a powerful moment for us to reflect on all this, especially now as we begin our 2nd century. One can only wonder about what people who will be sitting here or someplace like here 100 years from now, and what they'll remember all of us for, and the history that we are making now. This year's convention is dedicated to all those who do astronomy research, bringing astronomy to the next generation. We've seen a lot of that here already this weekend. This describes most of you here tonight. As we move forward, how can we do anything but reach out? We will share our art even farther and educate our young people and contribute to science and engineering and open doors to the universe for all. And I hope you'll help us with that. I know you will. So many of you are doing that already on your own. These days, we talk about outreach and laying a strong foundation for the next century of Stellafane. Our new outreach coordinator, Carl Malakowski, will let you know more about our expanded efforts in outreach shortly. And we're all very grateful to you, our convention guests, to our sponsors and our partners here at convention. Your presence here is a continuation of what our founder, Russell Porter, and his friends over a century ago began when they gathered on Breezy Hill with their handcrafted telescopes, just like we've been doing, to share a hearty meal, camaraderie, and to learn about the wonders of the night sky. There are a few more of us here these days than there were at those first gatherings, but we're still doing the same thing. And now the only difference regarding the food is that our delicious convention meals are prepared by John Claflin and his team, and I want to thank JC's Market and Deli for feeding us this weekend. I think they're still up cooking for us. Okay. The first casual gatherings at what Russell Porter called the Shack evolved into the first Stellafane convention in 1926. And we invite you all to return to help us celebrate that centennial in 2 years. You got your tickets yet? Oh, they're not, the Eventbrite isn't set up yet. Okay, you can wait. We hope all of you will join us in our mission to reach out in our next 100 years. And this is my challenge to all of you. I invite you all to reflect on how you do astronomy outreach, how you bring astronomy to the next generation, and to think about what else you can do in this regard. So I'm going to suggest that you please bring a friend to the next convention or come to our free telescope making workshops, tell others about our mission, and introduce our club or your own home club or organization to others. And of course, you can always make a donation to support our vision and ongoing efforts. Tonight, after our keynote presentation by Tony Hull, together we will look into the heavens and share the experience, just like folks have been doing here for over a century. But we got to get rid of the clouds for that. I don't know. But on this weekend, every summer, radio telescopes, okay, it's good. Every summer, Breezy Hill is the most special place in the universe, and I think you'll all agree. Okay. Thank you. I do have one last thought that's about outreach that I want to leave you with. And it comes from Al Nagler. Al, can you come on up and help me with this? Do you want to come too, Judy? No? Okay. Thank you. So, Al, you wrote this. When did you write this?
Oh, about 10 years ago.
Well, you've been an inspiration to really so many people, everyone in this room. And
you can find it on our website,
Yeah.
teleview.com. It's titled, "It's Saturn Day. Spread the word and change the world."
But there's more. See, I'm going to read this for you. But I want to also thank you, Al, for all the support
Albert.
and inspiration that you've been giving us.
Did you say Alfred?
Al. I said Al,
Yeah, oh.
for.
Oh,
Al, for. We know that everybody's looking forward to possibly winning your eyepieces. So thank you for that donation. And thank you for the donation of the eyepiece for our Porter turret, too. That's
Okay.
very exciting. Okay. All right, here we go. These are Al's words. I've found that first-time views of Saturn through a telescope typically elicit gasps of delight, followed by inquisitive questioning. Saturn's startling beauty can open the door to wonders and knowledge about the universe that can inspire a love and appreciation of all the arts, sciences, and history. Understanding something of the vastness and nature of the universe and our unique position as the only species possessing such knowledge suggests that we commit to fostering the best in us. Love, kindness, respect for learning, and for all the amazing life forms we're so fortunate to share on this wonderful planet. Yeah. So let us use Saturn as a means to enrich our future and help preserve this earthly paradise. Spread the word to change Saturday to Saturn Day. Did you hear that? Saturn Day. Woo! Through all media, contacts, and in every social venue to start dialogues that can open the minds and hearts of our earthling friends. Caring for our precious planet and its lucky inhabitants will make future generations proud of our time here. Saturn Day can change the world with your help. Yay.
Thank you. I've been so fortunate in my life to have come here soon after graduating high school, and it changed my life forever. You can read about it on the teleview.com website, and you can also look up, somebody had one of my telescopes at the Lowell Observatory, enjoyed it so much, he named a satellite, asteroid after me. So you can look up 10,715 Nagler, in case nobody knows. Anyway, thank you all. It's so wonderful to be here and share with everybody, and also for your efforts. I really appreciate it, Mike. And my wife, too.
Yes, thank you, Judy. Al gave me a few of these cards, so I'll put them in the back and people can pick them up at some point. But there's not a lot, so I think you have to go to the website to really get the rest of the text. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thanks, Cecilia. And thank you, Al. Al, every time guests come to my observatory, I have them look through a Nagler. All right. So, thanks, Cecilia, because our president of the STMs is not a figurehead. She does an incredible amount of work. The president works all year long, runs monthly meetings, arranges for this, and organizes all of these fine people to get things done in time. So thank you, Cecilia. Now, remember I mentioned about a new outreach director. Now let me introduce Carl Malakowski, who has been appointed to be our new outreach director, a new position with the STMs, and he's going to present the Raymond Fairbanks Outreach Award and also tell you about some of the exciting things we are focusing on in this area. Come on up, Carl.
I promise this will be quick. The quickest way to give any outreach director a cardiac event is to fill them with a room full of astronomers and people interested in astronomy. So thank you all for being here. I think it's really great. So I want to take a few minutes and talk about outreach here, and I'll grab my little clicker here, and I promise I'll be quick. It's important to know what outreach is. It's a lot of things to a lot of people. It's really to increase the population we reach by using engagement. Engagement. We have to engage other people, and we're all good at doing that. Each one of you is good at doing that. It's an effort to bring services or information to people where they live or where they spend time. We will come to you. you can come here and we're going to make it even better. And we're really thankful to have all of you here. Why do we do this? It's our passion. Just like our president said before, we have passion about this. And more so, it's our mission. The Springfield Telescope Makers' mission is to stimulate interest in astronomy and the allied sciences by preserving and fostering the skill of amateur telescope making. Now, 17 years ago, I was at an event in Outreach, and there was a 10-year-old girl who came up to go ahead and grind some glass. And 45 minutes later, that 10-year-old girl came up and started polishing some more glass. And sooner or later, Mom came over, and we struck up a conversation. That 10-year-old girl is here. Katie, stand up. And her mother is here too, our president. So, and I'm going to quote Katie, "That's my mom." Okay, there we go. So look, guys, it really does work. It's important for all of us. Now, what have we been doing? Okay, so we have convention. You're all here. We love it. It's something we do. We do consider that outreach. We have innovative telescope making classes. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. That event that Katie was at was NEAF, Northeast Astronomy Forum. Again, something that a lot of clubs go to. We have star parties. We have one that comes up at St. Gaudens by the National Park Service that we run. We have several up all nights here at Stellafane because we have a lot of telescopes. We encourage people to bring their telescopes as well. We have community events in schools, but you know, I really do want to talk about the innovative telescope making classes. We are telescope makers. And we come up with telescope designs that use common materials like wood. There's a mirror cell right there. And our extremely innovative mirror class instructors are always coming up with ideas about how to use wood. In fact, here's an example of how we can use wood. Yes, Dave. So there's a lot more exciting things to come. It's important for you to know that we want to be proactive, not reactive. We want to come visit you. If you have anything that's going on, I want you to email me at outreach@stellafane.org. We're going to standardize all our presentations that we do for schools and youth groups and things so that any one of our members can go and feel comfortable doing a presentation. Educational programs for all, from kindergarten to college. It's important we reach out to all of us. And recognition. And that is why we're here right now. Raymond Fairbanks was, in 1900, the youngest one of the mirror class that Russell Porter had. He had just turned 20 years old and was 6 days beyond his 20th birthday. He was also the youngest founding member of our club. So in his honor, we'd like to recognize exceptional young astronomers under the age of 21. Now, I'm going to read this a little bit, but the recipients of this award developed and led outreach programs with the purpose of fostering knowledge of astronomy among their peers. This is a youth award, okay, folks? They've gone above and beyond generating interest. They're recognized as a leader among their peers. They passionately inspire others. Passion, remember passion, engagement and passion. This is not an annual award. This is an award that our membership approves. Okay? Now, I'd like to ask Patrick Dodson and Celia to come up. Patrick is another member of the Outreach Committee and actually really helped a lot on that. And without Patrick's help, I just couldn't do it. It takes a village, folks. It's not you do it all yourself. You really need to surround yourself by people. So the first recipient of this new award is Caitlin Goulet. Good job. Yep. Caitlin's going to have classes next time around, and she's coming back. Thank you, Caitlin. And thank you, Patrick and Celia.
I don't need this. Thank you. Looking forward to, hopefully Caitlin will inspire a whole new generation here. And even though it's not an annual award, I really sincerely hope it becomes an annual award and that we have lots of entries on that. So, now, unfortunately, now I have to take a moment to do the saddest moment of this evening, and that is a bereavement list, which is regrettably unbelievably long this year, much to our dismay. Number one, long-term member of the club, Marlene Forbes, who many of you know as Marty, a longtime member of the STM. Many of the attendees would know her when buying raffle tickets or at the booths. And she also put together the stained glass awards, so she'll be missed. Another club member, Joyce Sinnott, and also a longtime member of the ASTMs from Sturbridge, Massachusetts. She and her teenage son joined together and each made a telescope mirror here. A third longtime STM member, Jack Heinzman, who actually comes from a town next to where I live in Gloucester. He's out of Rockport, Massachusetts. He's a longtime STM member and an avid member from Rockport, Massachusetts, also a member of GAC, and he died recently. I think he was 98 years old. Then there are attendees, long-term attendees that many of you will know from many years of coming here. Ron Woodland from Amherst, Mass., a longtime attendee and active in the Massachusetts Audubon Society and an educator. He was an organizer of the conjunction events. Kelly Capman, a long-term STM member, attendee. Vincent Sheets. Vince attended many Stellafane conventions and was a longtime member of the Delaware Valley Amateur Astronomers and Lehigh Valley Amateur Astronomical Society. Richard Galster, a longtime Stellafane attendee, died several years ago, but we were just notified of his passing just recently. Peter Serrata, a longtime Stellafane attendee. Jay Edwards, a 40-year attendance at Stellafane attendee, who passed this year. And finally, Bob Carruthers from Connecticut. He's a long-term attendee. In fact, he built one of those billiard ball telescopes. You may have remembered that from past years. And then there are some notables in the astronomical community we just want to mention and remember as well. Will Terrian, many of you have the Terrian Atlas. I have, it's one of my prized possessions. Famous Dutch cartographer, he created the classic Terrian Atlas, a beautiful atlas of the heavens that many of us have as prized collections. I know I do. William Anders, Apollo 8 astronaut, one of the first 3 humans to orbit the moon, and many of you remember that iconic photograph of the the Earthrise over the moon. That was his photograph. Bob Fees, owner of Alcote, provider of coatings for amateur telescope makers. Tom Noe, maker of teleport telescopes. And finally, Ed Stone, who's an American space scientist, professor of physics at California Institute of Technology, and director of NASA Jet Propulsion Lab during the Voyager Grand Tour of the Planets. That's an incredible long list of people that I'm sad to have to report. Let's just spend a moment to remember them. All right, they will all be missed. All right, getting back to a happier moment. Let me ask a few questions. How many first-timers? Okay, that's quite a crowd. I hope you come back year after year after year. How many in this room have pushed glass and made a telescope mirror? Whoa, that's good. I'm impressed. Okay, that means you can all be members of the STM because that's the requirement. How many have gotten awards here for telescopes they've made? Good number. I hope you're proud of that. All right, who has a multi-generational family of attendees? I know I'm a father, grandfather, and to two over here. That's a good number. So keep bringing your kids, your grandkids. Make this a long-term multi-generational attendees. Now, except for Bert Welland, who's been here 68 times, it's not fair to include him. He'll win every year. Who's attended the most Stellaphanes? Okay. Anyone can beat 58? Who? 60. All right. Anyone else? All right, come here. I got a t-shirt for you. Want to say a word?
My name's Charlie Warwick. I've been here 60 years. Loved every year of it. Hope to add another 10 or 20 years.
Thank you. Who came from the furthest away? Anyone outside the United States and Canada? Okay, so within the U.S., who's the furthest? Seattle. All right, anyone beat that? It would have to be probably. Yeah, but he still traveled. I mean, you came here. Yeah, he traveled. That counts. California? That may beat you. Where? Where? Come on up. Come up. I'll give you the pink one. You want to say a word?
Hello, everybody. I've been coming to Stellafane for 12 years now consecutively, but thank you. But I started coming here because my granddad, he was a telescope builder and engineer, and he inspired this love of astronomy in my whole family. So we keep up the family tradition of coming here, and it's like our favorite part of the year.
Thank you. All right, who is the youngest person here? The youngest person here. 8.5 months? Anyone younger than 8.5 months? How old? 8.5. Okay. So 8.5 is the youngest? Come on up. Well, I know you. This is Peter Belo's daughter, much smarter than Peter Belo. Thank you. We happen to have two infants, so who's the second oldest infant? We'll get you a T-shirt later, Al. Is that her? Is she the second oldest? He's not paying attention. Huh? She. Come here. Okay. That the second? Right. Here you go. Thank you. All right. Who's the oldest person here? How old? You just said you were the youngest. You can't be the oldest and the youngest. How old? 89? Anyone beat 89? All right. You get a T-shirt, Al. It's a little payback for all the eyepieces you give away. All right, one more. Who has personally made the most telescope mirrors or lenses? You're professional. That not the only the amateur ones. How many amateur ones you'd make here? How many? Give me a number. 15? 27? What's that? I can't hear you. That means you entered 27 times? That deserves an award. Come on up here. That's impressive. They should know you. You've won 27 awards here? There you go.
And the Spectra helioscope I restored. No,
I remember that one.
I've been coming here since I was 17 years old. It's a wonderful place, and I just enjoy it.
Thank you. Before we get too far into this, there's a lost and found. So, does umbrella belong to anyone? Come on up and get it. Champlain Toxicology Lab. Does pen belong to anyone? I'm not sure I should touch this. And there's a pin. I'm not sure what the pin is. Yes? There's a Nikon camera.
I'll take the pen. Toxicology lab.
Okay. And there's a pin here. I'm not sure what the pin is. If this pin belongs to you, come up and get it. All right. And I was told that there's someone left a camera. So if you're missing a camera, come up here and we'll talk about that. All right. So, you know, there's a lot of donations to make all these prizes possible. Celia mentioned members of the club and other donations that were given out. But I especially want to highlight some special corporate awards. Al Nagler, of course, has been supporting Stellafane for years and years, probably since he's been 18, starting back then. And we all appreciate and look forward to the prizes. ZWO donated a C-Star for outreach purposes to the club. We'll make good use of that. There's a prize Player 1 from Series. Pegasus AstroCube Focus Cube 3. Astroworld gift card. Sky and Tel and Astronomy Prizes support, and Zeit Glass and Tools. So we thank the sponsors for their prizes. Now, I don't think there's going to be, if the sky's magically clear and there's going to be nighttime observing, you got 1 hour, you can use your lights. We don't want to run people over. As a camp physician, I don't want to have to treat anyone. So use your lights if you're leaving. But after that, it's red light if we're observing, okay? But just be cognizant of the fact that we have little kids and we have people walking along the road at night. And don't trip in the dark. Okay. So now the time that many of you are waiting for, the adult raffle. Kim?